Hello everyone, this is Wisconsin Greg. Welcome back. I just want to say before I get started here, I wanted to say how fast, I'm amazed how fast this channel is growing. I believe we're over like 330 subscribers now, and it's growing extremely fast, a lot faster than I expected, and I really appreciate it. Let's keep it rolling, and if you know any people that think they liked my content, please share some videos with them and encourage them to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. So the reason I'm here today is I just recently purchased 3 books. I purchased them on Amazon, but you can get them almost anywhere. I found them available in other places. They're pretty common because they're so popular. They're pretty popular amongst preppers and survivalists, and then just general homesteaders. These 3 books I'd recommend every household. I would think it would be a good idea to have them in your library because they're just so packed full of knowledge. There's just so much in there. If someday the internet should ever happen to go down, just for any reason, hackers or let's say there's a EMP where it knocks the internet out for a long time or anything, that information that everybody relies on nowadays ain't going to be there. So I think it's a good idea to have this stuff on paper in your house, so in the future if you ever need it, you got it. And it's pretty interesting to just thumb through it. It gives you lots of ideas of things that you wouldn't even think about. So I'll just quick hold them up here and tell you the names of them. They're really huge books. They measure, I wasn't even thinking that they were going to be this big when I got them, so they're not something that you're going to carry with you in a bug out bag or anything, but they're more to keep at your home. They're about 10.5 inches wide by a little over 13.5 inches tall, and they're probably about 3/4 of an inch thick, something like that. But the pages in them are real thin, so there's lots and lots of knowledge in these things. It's just, I can't believe how much is in there, and the print is really small. You're going to need your glasses to read these. But it's just so packed full of information in all these. I bought all 3 of them. You could just buy one at a time, or you can find them sometimes used on like eBay or something. New price is roughly around $16 a piece. Sometimes if you go on eBay, you can find them from like $5 to $7, used, but sometimes the pages are tore, but it's no big deal. It's a big savings if you can find them. But the first one I'm going to show you is called Country Wisdom and Know-How, Everything You Need to Know to Live Off the Land. Just show you this right up here, and then after I go through these, I'll bring you in closer, get you a closer view, and I'll just thumb through the pages so you can kind of see what's in them. The second one is called Survival Wisdom and Know-How, Everything You Need to Know to Subsist in the Wilderness. And the last one is Garden Wisdom and Know-How. Now, if you don't have a garden, if you live in town, you might not need this one. You just have to use your own judgment. But I would think these 2, at least, if anything should happen in the future where you need to bug out or you need to know how to do certain things to survive, that would be a good thing to keep on hand. So yeah, the next one is Garden Wisdom and Know-How, Everything You Need to Know to Plant, Grow, and Harvest. So now I'll bring you over behind my shoulder so I can kind of give you a more closer up view of these books. I just think every household should have these in their library. It's just, after I got them, I was just totally amazed how much knowledge was in them. It's not something that I can really show you until you get them yourself and go through them. And I think you'll be pretty amazed when you get them. For $16 or whatever, even if you pay new price, it's a lot of information. It's a good value. So I'll bring you up closer so you can get a little closer view of them and see what I'm talking about. I hope you can all see this. We'll see if it works okay here. This is the front cover, and you can just, they kind of give a few examples on the front cover of what's in it. This is the Country Wisdom and Know-How. It's from the editors of Story Books. Got all about attracting hummingbirds, baking basic bread, breeding livestock, building home brew equipment. You can kind of all see it right here. Hopefully you can read all this. There's a lot of stuff here. Perfect orchards, pest proofing your garden, pickling and preserving, how to raise healthy rabbits, how to sharpen your tools. That's just a few. There's so much in this book. Actually, it's got 1,887 illustrated diagrams and photographs. Go in here. The contents, it's got about animals, how to build bird houses. It's got all different stuff about teaching cats simple tricks, building dog houses, different cooking dried beans, cooking with honey, cranberries, green tomato recipes. This has all kinds of stuff in it. It's got different stuff about crafts and gardening. It's got about health and well-being, natural home remedies, recipes for elixirs, 15 herbs for tea, simple home repairs, restoring hardwood floors, building simple furniture, building stone walls, building and using cold frames. It's just full of stuff. It's hard to describe how much is in here. I'll just try to randomly open up a few pages here and give you an idea. Creating habitats for backyard birds, starting a new hedge. This is for animals and cats. This is rabbits, raising rabbits, why rabbits, choosing the right rabbits, how many rabbits do you want. It just goes on and on and on. Here's about cooking. There's tons and tons of recipes in here. Pumpkin soup, breads and desserts, traditional pumpkin pie. Now, just think if the internet went down, you could go and you could find all these recipes right on here. You wouldn't have to go searching through the internet. It's nice to have on hand. Just tons and tons of stuff. Cooking, here's about meats. Let's see here. Jams and jellies. Here in the craft department, crafts. And there's a thing about making soap in here. Tells you what equipment you need and how to do it. Thing in here for gifts and decorations, how to make gifts and decorations, how to make like stone chimneys for decorations. Pretty cool. Lots and lots of amazing stuff. There's some gardening stuff in here. How to raise raise your vegetables, caring for root crops, what kind of soil you need for corn. Just goes on and on and on. Garden. Here's a health and well-being section. Different herbal recipes and medicinal uses for different things. As you can see, it's pretty huge. And we go into the home. Tells you about sharpening, keeping your tools sharp, how to sharpen them, how to build simple furniture. Got a few little design or plans here for you. How to see, making country style curtains. Shows you how to do that. Tells you how to sew them, how to hem them. Here's about putting fences up, how to put fences up. Wood storage sheds, how to store your wood, how much wood do you need. All kinds of really good knowledge stuff in here that you would need to survive and to just get by. If you didn't know, if you want, lots and lots of stuff. There's tons of stuff in here, and just looking through this book will make you want to try different things. Vegetable insects, what crops they affect, what to put on them to take care of them, to get rid of them. Here's about pruning trees, and just tons and tons of stuff. So in the back it says a practical guide to simple living, and there's an ISBN number here. I'll try to put that in my description when I post the video. So if you're interested in getting this book, so you can get the same one I got. The next one is Survival Wisdom and Knowledge. Everything you need to know to subsist in the wilderness. This one has 7,845 useful skills and step-by-step instructions. Talks about building outdoor shelter, winter camping, reading the weather, identifying edible plants, fishing and ice fishing, hunting and trapping, administering emergency first aid, avoiding dangerous animals, recognizing poisonous snakes, cooking outdoors, and much more. So just thumb through this one real quick and give you an idea of some of the stuff that's in here. Here's the contents. It's animals and insects, flowers, trees, other plants and mushrooms, food, packing, cooking and finding it, drinking water, hunting and fishing, fire, shelter, travel on the land, travel on the water, weather and climate, navigation, first aid, and all kinds of other miscellaneous stuff. Just kind of a quick thumb through here and just see what we can run into. Shows you different animals and what their tracks look like and how to identify them, and their habitat, what they do, and just all about different animals that you might run into in the wild. Dangerous animals, shows poisonous snakes, ways to avoid snake bites, all about the snake bites, everything here, all kinds of stuff. dangerous lizards, flowers, trees, and other plants and mushrooms. How to identify trees in the winter. That's when they don't have the leaves on them, some of them. It's all about mushrooms. And about shelters that you can build in the wild. Setting up tents. Snow and ice travel. Here's about the weather. All kinds of stuff about the weather. Navigation. Lots of very interesting information. I have to read through this. I haven't had a whole lot of time to go through this myself. But any free time I get, I'm going to be reading this. Reading in all these books. They're all good. First aid. All kinds of stuff. Chest injuries. Muscle strains, tendonitis, blisters, how to take care of blisters, and seizures. Here's all about insect bites and stuff. Just pretty amazing all the stuff that's in here. This is just flipping through it fast. Common knots, how to make knots, certain different kinds of knots. So that's that one. That was the survivalism and know-how, and the last one is the garden wisdom and know-how. It says there's 7,354 charts, lists, tips, instructions, diagrams, and illustrations in this one. Getting to know your soil. Growing herbs inside or indoors. Tips for easy trees and shrubs. Ground cover basics. Soil mixes for houseplants. Growing crop covers. Tips for storing seeds. Cooking with herbs. All kinds of stuff. Gardening techniques and tricks. The flower garden, the edible garden, the landscape garden, gardening indoors, gardening to attract wildlife, garden design and landscape, garden projects, weeds, pests, and diseases. All kinds of stuff here. It tells different zones that you're in. Tells you tools for gardening that you should have, how to maintain them. Tells you about germination, how to make and use a hotbed. Let's see. Choosing hummingbird feeder. Garden projects. Build a raised bed hoop house. Weeds, pests, and diseases. Got pictures of different weeds in here. Lamb's quarters is a popular one around here. I have a lot of problem with them in the fields around here. About cabbage maggots, spider mites. There's tons and tons of information. Got pictures of them, different things in here. I'll just give you a rough idea how packed full of information these books are. So I just wanted to share this with you. These are something I think every household should have in their library, just in case of an emergency. It also gives you some ideas of projects you may want to do. I just think they're a good thing to have on hand. So I wanted to share these with you. And so that's about it about the books, and I'll put the camera back where it was, and then we'll continue on. Alright, well that's about the end of my review on these books. I did want to do one more little thing before I quit here. I have a new subscriber, and I wanted to give him a shout out. He's a pretty cool little kid. He might be young, but he's pretty mature. He does some excellent reviews, and I think you guys should just go to his channel and give him a subscribe. It ain't gonna cost you nothing to hit his subscribe button. And I think many of you who are interested in like hunting, bow hunting and deer hunting and stuff like that, I think you'll like some of his reviews. He does some very good stuff. For a young guy, I think he's going to go far. He's a pretty amazing little kid. So I would appreciate all my subscribers if they could run over to his channel and hit the subscribe. His name is JONAH PECK. That's his name of his channel, JONAH PECK. I should have shown you this while I had the camera in here closer. So I'm going to come over there by the camera and give you a close-up view of his channel so you guys can get the right one. This is his channel, JONAH PECK. He's got 231 subscribers right now, and he does an excellent job. He does reviews on lots of reviews on lots of hunting stuff, bow and arrows. He does some shooting on the show, and for a young guy, he's an excellent shot. I think you'll really appreciate his channel when you go there and check it out. So why not do something good and just go over to his channel and give it a nice little click and watch some of his videos and give him some thumbs up. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. So just wanted to get that out there, and as always, thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I hope you come back again and watch some more. Thank you for watching.